From the dawn of human thought, we have gazed at the stars and pondered the nature of existence. What is this vast universe we find ourselves in? How did it come to be? And what is our place within it? These questions have echoed through the ages, driving our exploration of the cosmos and ourselves. Yet, one mystery has remained particularly elusive: the enigma of consciousness. How does this subjective experience of awareness, thought and feeling arise from the seemingly inert particles and forces that govern the physical world? For centuries, the dominant paradigm has positioned consciousness as a byproduct of matter, a complex emergent property of biological systems. But what if we have been looking at it all wrong? What if consciousness, rather than being a consequence of the universe, is the very source from which the universe itself springs? This is not merely a philosophical musing, but a radical reimagining of reality itself. A paradigm shift with profound implications for our understanding of everything from the smallest particles to the vast expanse of the cosmos. It challenges us to reconsider the nature of reality, the laws of physics, and our very place in the grand tapestry of existence. For generations, we have been taught that the universe is a vast mechanical system governed by immutable laws. Matter, energy, space and time, these were the fundamental building blocks, the stage upon which the drama of existence unfolded. Consciousness in this framework was relegated to a supporting role, a curious phenomenon that emerged from the intricate dance of neurons and synapses within our brains. But imagine a different story, a story where consciousness takes center stage, not as a product of the universe, but as its fundamental essence. Imagine a universe where consciousness is the core fabric, the very ground of being from which all else emerges. This is not a new idea. Mystics and philosophers have whispered of such possibilities for millennia. But now, at the frontiers of science, we are beginning to glimpse hints of this profound truth. From the bizarre world of quantum mechanics, where observation seems to shape reality, to the mysteries of dark matter and dark energy, which elude our conventional understanding of physics, the evidence mounts that our current models are incomplete. They fail to capture the fundamental interconnectedness, the deep intelligence and the profound mystery that whispers to us from every corner of existence. This is the journey we are about to embark on. A journey to explore the universe anew, with consciousness as our compass and information as our guide. Prepare to challenge your assumptions, to expand your awareness, and to discover a reality far grander and more mysterious than we ever dared to imagine. Imagine, if you will, a universe not cold and indifferent, but pulsating with a subtle underlying hum of awareness. This is not the kind of consciousness we possess, the focused, self-reflective awareness of the human mind. Instead, picture a vast, primordial consciousness, a fundamental field of awareness permeating every corner of existence. This consciousness field, much like the quantum fields physicists describe, is not something separate from the universe, but rather the very fabric from which the universe arises. It is the ground of being, the potential from which all things emerge. Just as a wave is not separate from the ocean, but a particular expression of the ocean itself, so too are our individual consciousnesses, not separate from this universal field, but rather localized modulations, ripples within this boundless ocean of awareness. This cosmic consciousness is not something we can easily grasp with our limited human perception. It exists beyond our everyday categories of thought, beyond our notions of space and time, subject and object. In this new paradigm, the act of observation takes on a significance far deeper than we ever imagined. For it is through observation, through the interaction of consciousness with the underlying field of information, that reality as we know it comes into being. Think of the famous double-slit experiment in quantum mechanics. A single particle, when fired at a screen with two slits, behaves as if it travels through both slits simultaneously, a wave-like behavior. But when we try to observe which slit the particle passes through, the wave function collapses, and the particle behaves as a particle, passing through only one slit. This experiment and countless others suggest that the act of observation, the interaction of consciousness with the quantum realm, plays a fundamental role in shaping the nature of reality. But what if this principle extends far beyond the subatomic realm? What if reality, at its most fundamental level, is not a pre-existing objective entity, but a fluid, dynamic process shaped by the act of observation itself? This is the radical proposition at the heart of this new understanding of the universe. It suggests that we are not merely passive observers of reality, but active participants, co-creators in the unfolding drama of existence. In this interconnected web of consciousness, the idea of separate, isolated entities begins to dissolve. The boundaries we perceive between ourselves and the world around us, between one object and another, become not absolute divisions, but rather fluid zones of interaction within the unified field of awareness. Just as every point on a hologram contains information about the whole image, every point of consciousness, every sentient being, is intimately connected to every other, a node in a vast interconnected network of awareness. This interconnectedness is not merely a philosophical concept, but a fundamental property of the universe itself. It is reflected in the mysterious phenomenon of quantum entanglement, where two particles, once linked, remain connected, no matter how far apart they are separated in space. This principle of non-locality, once thought to be confined to the quantum realm, may be a fundamental feature of reality at all scales, a testament to the deep interconnectedness of all things within the unified field of consciousness. We've begun to explore a universe where consciousness is the fundamental fabric. But what is the language of this universe? How does this sea of awareness give rise to the incredible diversity and complexity we observe? The answer, it seems, lies in the realm of information. Think of the digital world. Everything you see on your computer screen, every sound from your speakers, every interaction in the digital realm is ultimately the result of a simple binary code, a sequence of zeros and ones. In a similar way, the universe we inhabit, in all its richness and complexity, might be best understood as a vast, self-organizing network of information. At the heart of this informational universe lies what we might call a cosmic code, a set of fundamental rules governing how information interacts, combines, and evolves. These rules, far more intricate and subtle than the binary code of our computers, dictate the behavior of particles, the interactions of forces, and the very structure of space and time itself. Just as the laws of physics in our current understanding describe the behavior of matter and energy, the laws governing this cosmic code determine the possibilities and limitations of information within this grand, evolving system. Imagine this cosmic code as a dynamic dance, a constant flow and interplay of information. Energy, which we perceive as the driving force of the universe, is, in this framework, simply a measure of information in motion, a reflection of the dynamism inherent within the cosmic code. Matter, too, loses its solidity, its seeming permanence. Instead, it becomes a pattern of information, a stable configuration within the ever-shifting tapestry of the cosmos. The particles that make up our world, the atoms that compose our bodies, are not tiny, solid objects, but rather intricate knots of information, swirling vortices within the universal flow. And just as the dance of particles gives rise to the elements, the stars, and the galaxies, so too does the interplay of information at higher levels create the tapestry of life, consciousness, and the very fabric of reality itself. This dance is not chaotic, but exquisitely ordered, governed by the intricate rules of the cosmic code. It is a dance of creation and destruction, of order and chaos, of birth, evolution, and transformation, all woven together in the grand symphony of the cosmos. In this informational universe, reality itself takes on a fluid, dynamic quality. What we perceive as solid and unchanging is but a snapshot, a momentary configuration within the ever-evolving dance of information. Space and time, those fundamental categories of our experience, lose their rigidity. They are no longer the absolute unchanging backdrop against which the drama of the universe unfolds. Instead, they become emergent properties, woven from the threads of information itself. Imagine a vast, multidimensional tapestry woven from countless threads of information. This tapestry is not static, but in constant motion, rippling and flowing as information interacts and evolves. The patterns woven into this tapestry are what we perceive as the objects, the events, the very fabric of reality itself. And just as the pattern of a tapestry can be viewed from different angles, revealing different aspects of its design, so too can this informational tapestry be experienced from countless perspectives, giving rise to the diversity of perspectives and the subjective nature of reality itself. We often picture space and time as a kind of cosmic grid, an unyielding framework upon which the universe unfolds. 3 dimensions of space, length, width and height, and one of time marching relentlessly forward. But what if this rigid grid is itself an illusion, a convenient simplification of a far more nuanced and dynamic reality? What if, instead of being fundamental aspects of the universe, space and time are emergent properties arising from the interactions within the underlying field of information? Imagine for a moment that the distance between 2 objects is not an absolute measure, but rather a reflection of the complexity of the informational relationship between them. Just as 2 people who share a deep bond might feel closer than 2 strangers standing side by side, so too might the perceived distance between objects in the universe be a function of their informational entanglement. Objects that are highly entangled, sharing a rich history of informational exchange, might appear closer, while those with weak informational links might seem far apart, even if they occupy nearby points in the conventional sense. This challenges our very notion of locality, suggesting that distance is not an absolute barrier, but rather a fluid and permeable membrane within the interconnected web of the cosmos. If space is not a rigid grid, but a dynamic tapestry woven from information, then it stands to reason that this tapestry could be stretched, warped, even torn and mended under the right conditions. This malleability is hinted at in the strange world of general relativity, where massive objects warp the fabric of space-time, creating the phenomenon we experience as gravity. But what if this warping is not just a consequence of mass, but a more fundamental property of the informational structure of the universe itself? Imagine a region of space-time where the informational density is incredibly high, such as near a black hole. In such a region, the very structure of space and time might begin to break down, the familiar rules of geometry and causality no longer applying. Time might slow down, space might become compressed, and the distinction between past, present and future might blur, as if the cosmic film itself were melting. This malleability of space-time suggests that the universe is not a static stage, but a dynamic, ever-changing landscape, sculpted by the interplay of information and consciousness. It is a realm where the impossible might become possible, where the boundaries of reality itself could be stretched and reshaped. Section 3. The River of Time. And what of time? That relentless river carrying us ever forward from the past through the present and into the unknown future. What if, instead of a linear flow, time is but another dimension of the informational tapestry, interwoven with space in ways we are only beginning to glimpse? Imagine for a moment that every moment in time, every past event, every present experience, every future possibility is encoded within the fabric of the universe, like frames on a cosmic film strip. In this view, the past is not gone, the future is not yet to be, but all moments coexist simultaneously within the vast, multidimensional framework of the cosmos. Our experience of time as a linear flow would then be an artifact of our limited perception, a consequence of the way our consciousness navigates this timeless landscape. This radical reconceptualization of time opens up mind-boggling possibilities. Could we, by somehow shifting our perspective, our point of view within this timeless realm, access past events or even glimpse potential futures? Could we, by manipulating the informational structure of the universe itself, alter the course of time, or even escape its grasp altogether? These are questions that push the boundaries of our current understanding, but within this new paradigm, they are no longer beyond the realm of possibility. Section 1. The Symphony of Forces. Our journey through the reimagined universe has led us to a profound realization. Reality is not a collection of separate entities, but a unified field of information shaped by consciousness. Within this intricate dance of information, forces, the fundamental agents of change, take on a whole new meaning. No longer are they mysterious entities acting upon matter from some unseen realm. Instead, forces become expressions of information itself, patterns of interaction woven into the very fabric of the cosmos. Gravity, that invisible force that draws objects together, loses its Newtonian solidity. It is not a force acting at a distance, but a manifestation of the curvature of space-time, a consequence of the way information shapes the cosmic landscape. Imagine a taut sheet pulled tight at its edges. Place a heavy ball in the center and the sheet will sag beneath its weight. Now, roll a smaller ball across the sheet, and its path will curve as it approaches the heavier object, drawn in by the indentation. This is an analogy for how gravity works in Einstein's theory of general relativity. But in our reimagined universe, the sheet is not a material object, but the fabric of space-time itself, woven from threads of information. The heavier ball represents a region of high informational density, and the curvature it creates is the force we experience as gravity. Section 2. Matter's ethereal blueprint. In the heart of atoms, a constant dance of creation and annihilation takes place, particles flickering in and out of existence. This subatomic realm, governed by the strange laws of quantum mechanics, provides a glimpse into the informational nature of matter itself. Particles, those seemingly indivisible building blocks of the material world, lose their solidity, their permanence. Instead, they become fleeting patterns of information, excitations within the underlying field, like ripples on the surface of a pond. Just as a ripple is not a separate entity, but a disturbance propagating through the water, so too are particles' transient patterns within the boundless sea of information. The properties we ascribe to particles, their mass, charge, spin, are not intrinsic to them, but rather reflections of their informational content, the way they are woven into the tapestry of the cosmos. This insight opens up a profound new perspective on the nature of matter. It suggests that the material world, the solid ground beneath our feet, the very bodies we inhabit, are ultimately ephemeral patterns within a dynamic field of information, constantly shifting, evolving, and transforming. Our exploration of forces and matter has revealed a universe where everything is interconnected, a symphony of information orchestrated by the subtle hand of consciousness. But what of the unseen realms, the mysteries that still elude our grasp? Dark matter and dark energy, those enigmatic entities that dominate the cosmos, make up the vast majority of the universe's mass and energy. Yet they remain invisible to our telescopes, detectable only through their gravitational effects. In our reimagined universe, these cosmic enigmas take on a new significance. Could it be that dark matter and dark energy are not separate substances, but rather reflections of the informational structure of the universe itself, aspects of the cosmic code that we are only beginning to decipher? Perhaps dark matter, which holds galaxies together, is a manifestation of the informational scaffolding upon which the visible universe is built, a hidden network of connections that maintain the integrity of the cosmic web. And perhaps dark energy, that mysterious force driving the accelerated expansion of the universe, is a measure of the information itself, the inherent tendency of the cosmos to expand its horizons, to explore new possibilities within the boundless realm of potentiality. These are, of course, just speculations. But within this new paradigm, the boundaries between the known and the unknown become fluid. inviting us to explore realms of existence previously thought to be beyond our reach. Our journey through the universe, reconceptualized through the lens of consciousness and information, has revealed a reality far more dynamic and interconnected than we ever imagined. But this is not a static universe, frozen in time. Instead, it is a universe in perpetual motion, a cosmic dance of evolution driven by the interplay of consciousness and information. From the smallest particles to the largest cosmic structures, the universe is engaged in a ceaseless process of becoming. Galaxies spiral and collide, stars are born and die, planets form and evolve, life emerges and diversifies. This cosmic dance is not random, but guided by an inherent drive toward greater complexity, a tendency for information to self-organize into ever more intricate and interconnected patterns. Think of a single-celled organism evolving over billions of years into the incredible diversity of life we see today. Or consider the evolution of human consciousness, from the first spark of self-awareness in our primate ancestors to the complex minds capable of contemplating the very nature of existence. These are not isolated examples, but reflections of a universal process, a cosmic imperative woven into the very fabric of reality. The universe is not merely expanding outward in space, it is also evolving inward, becoming more complex, more conscious, more interconnected with every passing moment. This cosmic evolution is not confined to individual entities or isolated systems. It is a symphony of interconnectedness, a tapestry woven from the threads of countless interactions spanning the vast expanse of the cosmos. Every event, every interaction, every fleeting thought sends ripples through the fabric of reality, influencing the unfolding of the universe in subtle and profound ways. The butterfly effect, often used to illustrate chaos theory, takes on a deeper meaning in this context. A butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil might indeed influence the weather patterns in Chicago, but it also does much more than that. It sends a ripple through the interconnected web of existence, a ripple that, however small, contributes to the grand symphony of cosmic evolution. This interconnectedness is not limited to the physical realm. Our thoughts, our emotions, our intentions, all are encoded within the informational structure of the universe, influencing the flow of energy and the formation of patterns in ways we are only beginning to understand. We are not isolated beings, but integral threads in the cosmic tapestry. Our lives and experiences intricately interwoven with the lives and experiences of every other being, past, present and future. The choices we make, the actions we take, resonate throughout the universe, contributing to the grand evolutionary unfolding of consciousness itself. Our senses, honed by evolution to navigate the physical world, offer but a glimpse of the true nature of reality. We perceive a world of solid objects separated by vast distances, a universe governed by linear time and deterministic laws. But this is a limited view, a shadow play projected onto the screen of our perception. The true nature of reality, as we have seen, lies beyond the veil of our senses, in the realm of consciousness and information. Here, the seemingly solid melts into interconnected patterns. Distance becomes a function of informational entanglement, and time itself loses its rigid grip on the unfolding of events. To truly grasp the nature of this reimagined universe, we must learn to see beyond the limitations of our senses, to expand our awareness beyond the confines of our physical embodiment. We must learn to perceive the world not as a collection of separate objects, but as a unified field of consciousness, an interconnected web of information, a cosmic dance of creation and transformation. This is not a journey for the faint of heart. It requires us to question our most cherished assumptions, to challenge the very foundations of our understanding. But the rewards are immense, for in transcending the limitations of our limited perception, we open ourselves to a reality more vast, more mysterious, and more awe-inspiring than we ever dared to imagine. We began this journey with a simple yet profound question. What if consciousness is not a product of the universe, but the very source from which the universe itself emerges. Our exploration has taken us to the frontiers of scientific understanding, to the heart of black holes, to the subatomic realm where particles dance in and out of existence. Along the way, we have challenged long-held assumptions, peered beyond the veil of our everyday perceptions, and glimpsed a reality far grander, far more interconnected, and far more mysterious than we ever dared to imagine. The universe we have uncovered is not a cold, indifferent machine, but a living, breathing entity, pulsating with a subtle yet profound awareness. It is a universe where consciousness is the fundamental fabric. Information is its language, and we as conscious beings are not merely passive observers, but active participants in its ongoing evolution. This new understanding is not merely an intellectual exercise. It has the power to transform our relationship with ourselves, with each other, and with the world around us. It invites us to embrace a deeper sense of connection, to recognize the profound unity that underlies the apparent diversity of existence. Imagine a world where the artificial barriers we have erected between ourselves and the rest of nature crumble away. Imagine a world where we recognize the inherent interconnectedness of all things, where we understand that our actions, our thoughts, our very being send ripples through the tapestry of existence, shaping the destiny of the cosmos itself. This is the promise and the challenge of embracing the unified universe. It calls us to move beyond the limitations of our ego-driven perceptions, to recognize that we are not separate, isolated entities, but rather integral threads in the grand web of life. It invites us to live with a heightened sense of responsibility, knowing that our choices, however small they may seem, have consequences that extend far beyond the boundaries of our individual lives. It is a vision of a world where competition gives way to cooperation, where conflict is transformed into collaboration, where the pursuit of individual gain is eclipsed by the pursuit of collective well-being. It is a world where we finally come to understand that our true potential lies not in dominating nature, but in harmonizing with it, in becoming conscious co-creators of a future where humanity and the universe evolve together in a glorious symphony of shared destiny. This is the future that beckons. A future where the universe awakens to its own inherent consciousness, and we, as its children, awaken to our rightful place within its grand unfolding drama. This is the dawn of a new understanding, the birth of a new era. It is a future we must create together, with courage, with compassion, and with an unwavering belief in the boundless possibilities that lie ahead.